G'day guys, it's John from theproductivegarden.com, and I'm here today with a bit of a question and answer session for you. There are a few questions that some other YouTube people have sent in and other people have sent in to me. So I've often answered them like against the video, or answered them on the Facebook page and that sort of thing, but I figure a lot of the questions are maybe, if one person's thinking it, then maybe other people are thinking it as well. So I'm happy to do a video and share it with everyone else as well. So the first question I've got is from Zarez, Z-A-R-E-Z-Z, and they've asked about bronze orange bugs, and they said, I have mature version of them on my lemon tree, just about to perform some assassinations. How can I prevent them in the future, and can I spray them with detergent, water and vinegar solution? The first one, how to prevent them in the future. To prevent them in the future, the best thing to do is to try and kill the bugs before they lay any eggs in your tree. Okay, so just getting rid of them as soon as you see them, get rid of them, don't let them breed. That's the best way to stop them coming back in the future, is to break that breeding cycle. About spraying them with detergent and water and vinegar, probably wouldn't use vinegar on plants. There is an organic herbicide solution you can make with vinegar, so I would tend to stick away from spraying anything containing vinegar on your plants, especially if you want that plant to live. But detergent, water and perhaps neem oil, mix them together, that would probably be a spray. I would only use that if you've got a lot of orange bugs on your tree and you want to and they're more than what you can really easily pick off. If you've got a big infestation and you need to get rid of them, then go to a spray then. Otherwise, I prefer just to pick them off by hand and squash them. Okay, now the next question I've got is from Vansom, and they've asked, what kind of mulch would you recommend? I have eggplants and squash and cucumber that I've mulched with cedar. Since putting it down, I've noticed I do not have to water as much, but is cedar okay? I'm in the desert of Arizona, USA. It gets to be well over 110 during the summer. It's quite tedious to keep up with watering. I put in sort of an irrigation system with gallon jugs with holes that I strategically bury around so my plants can draw water out through the day. And I think that's a pretty good idea, that watering system. It's a cheap idea. If you've got any size container, whether they're gallon, half gallon, 2 gallon, if you bury them with the top out so you can fill them up, bury them in the ground, fill them up, they might last a whole day, they might last a couple of days, depends on how much water the soil and your plants are going to draw out of those things. They're a good, easy, innovative watering system, very cheap, just using empty containers that you've already got. As far as using cedar, cedar's fine for mulch. One of the benefits of cedar is it tends to be insect resistant, so some of the bad insects, termites, that sort of stuff, you might tend to repel some of them. But yeah, it'll be fine. It'll create a barrier on the top of the soil that'll prevent evaporation. So yeah, cedar's fine to use. As far as what sort of mulch, I think any mulch is good mulch, as long as you're not bringing in other weeds from somewhere else. So just make sure it doesn't contain seeds or like little bits of plant that might take root and introduce a weed into your garden. So yeah, mulch is always good, and you're doing a lot of good stuff there, Vansom. I don't think you really needed me to answer your question. You seem to have done it all right, yeah. But as far as cedar goes, I can't find anything. I've never considered it a problem, and I can't find anything from looking around that tends to indicate it's a problem. So yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, and the last question that I have today is, I've been thinking about putting in a hazelnut tree and was wondering, do you need 2 for pollination, or can you just plant 1? Now, for hazelnut trees, they definitely need at least 2 for pollination. Hazelnut trees, as far as pollination goes, are a lot like apples, where apples have other trees that need to pollinate, like gala apples can need another tree to pollinate, and one of them is Granny Smith. That's what the 2 trees I have is Gala and Granny Smith. Hazelnut trees are very similar, and sometimes you can get, you can have a tree, it has another tree that pollinates, so it'll pollinate the first tree, but the first tree won't cross-pollinate with the other tree. So sometimes it's good to have probably sort of 4 or 5 trees, so that all of them can have a cross-pollinator, so you can get the whole lot, unless you're happy just to have a couple of trees that you know will pollinate because you've got the partner to them, but your pollinator is not going to have any nuts on them because they haven't got to pollinate it themselves. They do the job of pollinating others, but they haven't got one to pollinate them. So it's a bit confusing. Really, the best thing to do is to talk to your nursery people. You probably get away with 3, so that you've sort of got ones they'll all pollinate each other in turn. But yeah, sometimes you can get 2, and one will pollinate one, but the other one won't pollinate back. So it's a bit complicated like that. So anyway, that's my questions for today that I've answered for you guys. Hope that's been helpful, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them down below or on any of my other videos. I'm more than happy to answer people's questions. That's why I do this channel, to try to help people with what I've learnt myself, and I'm learning new stuff all the time, so I don't try to pretend I know everything. Far from it. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I'm just trying to learn as much as I can, just like everyone else. And so that's it for today. So until next time, happy productive gardening. Bye.